So I am trying something. I'm going to try to film live so that then I can go out on YouTube and edit the videos. And hopefully I can start making some tutorial videos for you. So we're just going to do, because I promised to show you how I made these earrings. And so I'm going to just try. So let's see, where's my drawing? This is my drawing. And I am going to sort of estimate what I did before. They might not be quite identical, but I want to be able to give you some exact dimensions. So we'll see how it works out. This is 20 gauge wire, and I use wire from Rio Grande because I use a lot of it. So right now what I am doing is I am straightening my wire with these nylon jaw pliers, and the length of these pieces, like I said, I'm gonna guesstimate. I think it was about 2¼ inches. So I'm gonna cut it just a little bit longer than that, so I've got something to trim off if I have gone a little bit too short. They're not identical. So I'm using flush cutter pliers here. It's tricky to stay on camera, but I'm making my end flush, which I'd already done on the other ones. And then I'm going to sort of guesstimate slightly larger. What's important here is that I end up with two pieces that are the identical length. That way my final piece will be identical. So it looks like I've got an end here that did not get cut with the flush cutters, so make sure that both of my ends are flush, and then make sure that they're about the same length. And to do that, I'm just going to snip off the end of both of them at the same time so that we've got two pieces that are identical. Okay, now I want to find the midpoint and do a partial loop. And I've got some bail making pliers here. I don't exactly remember which ones I've used. Let's see here. I think I used this rung right here. That would be the third one. 1, 2, 3. And these are not all the same, so you might have a pair that is slightly different measurements, but that's fine. That's fine. You can adjust. So I want to get roughly midpoint here. Let's see. You don't have to do both of them at the same time. But, oh, there we go. I was off screen. Shoot, I was off screen. I'll show you on this one how I did it. Sorry about that. So I just basically find the midpoint. If this one was a little too long, then I would just turn it this way and then bend this side, you know, until they both match. So now this is what I have, and like that one is slightly longer, so I just turn it until they're both the same. Okay, once I got them meeting in the center and they're about even, then I'm just going to cross them over and do it pretty symmetrical here and make kind of a V. So that's a V. We'll do the same thing here. Okay. Okay, and then I'm just going to match them. Put this one on there. Make sure that they're the same. Hold on, I'm fumbly. I'm so fumbly. I forgot to put lotion on my hands. So let's bend this one just a little bit more. Okay, we've got two that are the same. Okay, and then here I bent the ends in and I used the smallest rung on the flush cutters, or excuse me, on the veil making pliers. And so I'm gonna put these as close to the end as I can get them. And then just do that. Close the loop. As close as I can get to the end. Closed, and then match that with this one, and it's not really important that your shape is exactly identical to what I'm doing. It's just important that they match. Match. Let's see, those match. Okay. And if you wanted it to be a little bit more rounded, you could kind of round these a little bit if you want. It looks like I did that a little bit. And it's going to kind of straighten out a little bit when you hammer it. Going to open up. So I've got these bent a little bit more than I did the other ones. But that's fine. Oh, dang it. Sorry about that. This is going to be a bit of a trial and error. Maybe I should zoom out a little bit. You know, I get it all set up, and then when I go live, it makes me turn the camera, you know, because it's like, it wants to film vertically. So I have to reset it all up again, and that's tricky. Okay, so I've got a sandbag here, a steel bench block, and a chasing hammer. I like this one because it's a little bit rounded. And then I'm going to just try to flare this bottom ring out. And when you hammer, you kind of swipe the direction that you want your wire to spread. feather it out the direction that you want it to go. And then flip it. Okay. Actually, I'm going to... I'm actually not totally positive that I used 20 gauge wire. I might delete this. Might delete it and refilm, because that's very much different. And I can tell you right now that the wire is shorter than what I used. So, well, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. Let's see, I'm just gonna get a straight piece of wire and see what kind of space I have in there. It's fine. It's fine. All right, we'll just do it. Okay. We're winging it. I took a vacation. I made those and then took a trip, did family stuff, and the pieces that I cut for making more of those, they all got kind of mixed up with other project stuff, and I don't know what I did exactly or how long the pieces were. And I just got back last night. Done a bunch of stuff actually. I went rock hounding, had Christmas with the family. Went down to Oregon with my sister. I mean, actually all three of us. My older sister lives down there. So my mom's up from Arizona, and we went down to Oregon, stayed with my sister. Went junking. I bought a bunch of clothing because I am a little bit of a chunky monkey right now. And all my clothes are too small. So I don't know how long I will be at this weight. I'm hoping to lose weight, but it's a little tricky because I have multiple connective tissue disorders and multiple autoimmune. So I just went through quite a bad flare-up. Boo-boo. Boo-boo passed away. Went through the whole kidney failure thing, and it's been really hard. Really hard, and had surgery during that whole time period, and yeah, so I've been through it, and I missed my infusions, and then I couldn't walk. and I just put on another 8 pounds like that. So yeah, so anyway, got a bunch of new clothes, which is awesome. Not new, used. And they're soaking right now in the laundry because they've got that nasty laundry detergent smell. So, okay, now these are about an inch. So I think in order to make 2 little loops, and I want them to be, you know, like slightly longer than that. Let's see here, what do we have? Yeah, this is longer. So in order to make them slightly longer than that, I think I'm gonna go like maybe, inch and 1.75 inches. That's what we'll do. I've got some pieces over here. Those are too long. I can tell you that. Okay, so we'll do 1.75 inches. We'll trim them up. They can be a little bit smaller than that. So flush cut that. Yeah, so the clothes have like a laundry detergent smell. Plus, we stayed in a hotel, and yuck! Talk about fragrance, fragrance city. So I have the laundry, the new clothes, sitting in the washer right now, soaking in vinegar. So when that buzzer goes off in 20 minutes, I'm gonna have to take a break and go start the wash. Or at least turn the buzzer off. Okay, so hopefully this will end up being just a little bit longer than the pieces that we just bent. I think that looks a little bit longer. Yeah, that works. Okay. I am super excited to wear my new clothes. It's not just 8 pounds. I've gained a lot of weight. So that one looks shorter than the other. Yeah, it's because the end is a little bit more curved. Okay, there we go. Those look the same. Hopefully hammering them won't make them too much longer. Okay, and hammering opens the loops up, but I'm not going to close them. Not yet. Not until after we've done the wire weaving. And I want these to kind of flare out a little bit, so I'm going to hammer the loops just a little bit more than the rest of it and kind of feather it out. symmetrical. Match that. This is not an exact science. You can change the shape of everything if you want. I might actually film this. It's what, 10 o'clock at night? I wasn't really planning on filming. But the goal here is to put something not to have the perfect video. I'm not going to have the perfect video until I have better equipment. So I just want to get myself in the habit of putting things up and get monetized, and then I will invest in the setup. I'm recovering from, you know how expensive it is to take care of a cat with kidney failure. It takes a fortune. Okay, so those are cute. Those are going to be cute little shapes. Okay. Not zoomed in very far. This is close enough. I really won't know until I watch it back. Yeah, so like I said, I am doing a test and I do not know if it's going to be adequate. Okay, so I have some 28 gauge wire, and the reason that I am not closing those loops is because I want to work directly from the spool. And I showed you in another video how I work from the spool. Normally, this works a lot better to have it underneath you on the floor, but I am up. I'm elevated pretty high, so that's not going to happen. So let's see. I think I did like 4 wraps there. So I have a pair of glasses on, and then I am putting a pair of readers over top of them. It's pretty funny looking. Sorry, I'm not going to show you because I don't want to have to reset up my camera, but suffice it to say, I look kind of funny. When my sister came over, when I was wearing these glasses over top of my other glasses, she laughed so hard at me. And I didn't really realize how funny I looked until I got up and looked in the mirror, and I was like, oh my gosh, that is funny. So I just went around 5 times. I think that's probably pretty good. Slide it out a little bit further. Hopefully. Nope. Because that's significantly bigger. So let's go 6, 7, 8. Check it. 9, 10. 11. I think that works. Boy, that thing went springing about. Okay, so the reason I didn't close them yet is so that I can work off the spool. 1, 2, 3. And I went 4 times around on the other one, but I think I'm just gonna do, wait, no, that is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. 4 times, and now I'm going back to, oops, back to the main thing. Smash them all together. Okay. And I'm just going to coil along the whole thing here. No idea how long these earrings take to make. I have no idea if I'm actually going to publish this. This is part of the reason why I don't have nails. Use them. Plus, they just don't grow well. And when you start to get kind of close, I'm going to wait until you get after that right there. Boy, I sure could be zoomed in a little closer. You know, you can zoom in on your end. I apologize. I will probably try this video again later and zoom it in a little closer. Okay, we'll do one more. No, this is fine. Two, 3, 4. Now we're just going to go around here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you could have done, you didn't have to do 11. 9, 10. The only reason I'm doing that is because I already did it on the other side and I just want to match. Okay. Snip it off. Switch pliers. Okay. You want to pinch that end down and make sure there's nothing sticking out. Push that down. If you want, though it's not necessary, do this on a lot of things, but not necessarily on this project right here. But if you want, you can squish the whole thing down. And that'll really just hold it in place. Yeah, squish it down. I'll keep this from turning so much. Okay. And there, we've got one. Right. And we'll make these in a separate video, and then once you put them on, you close it down. This one you make actually on it. But before I do this, I'm going to patina this. That way I don't have to worry about the chain getting patina solution. So actually, I can remove the chain, patina it, and then put it back on there. Except this part is already permanently on there. So I will show you how to do these handmade ear wires in a different video. But that's basically how you do it. And maybe I will just go ahead and do the other one. That way, if I need to delete anything, if something didn't turn out right, I can just do it again. So, why don't I try zooming in a little bit closer? Uh-oh. Gotta pop up. Go away, pop up. I don't know how to make it go away. Touching it didn't do anything. Ah, yay, it randomly disappeared. Okay, so I did 11 on this one at the beginning. Ooh, my hand hurts. I have a very hard time gripping things with my hand, which is why I hold my wire like this when I weave. I definitely recommend that. It's kind of like when you crochet. I don't crochet, but I heard that people do crochet like that. So, okay. So I'm gonna start on the left side, which is how I started on the other one. And I'm gonna go around 11 times. 1, 2, 3. A little bit over, okay. 2, 3. 4. Go in that space. Kind of make a little space there for it. Looks right. Just checking to make sure it's symmetrical. I want it to be in the center. And now, if your hand gets sore, you can try gripping it. Yeah, no, not gonna work. Now I have used a ring, gosh, what is it called? It's a ring clamp. I use a ring clamp to hold things. Yeah, that's not gonna work. A ring clamp works great. I've seen people use, gosh, what are these? They're not, are they called bulldog clips? Bulldog clamps? Like big heavy duty clamps that have rubber tips that clamp down hard, and then you don't have to pinch something like that. It's very helpful when you have arthritis. Or just, I mean, your hand cramps up, which I think could happen to anybody. So if you're going to sit down and make a bunch of these, I definitely recommend using some kind of clamp instead of your fingers. I'll show you that at some point. The ring clamp is really great because it's round and I can just hold it like that. And if your coils get little spaces between them, and try squishing them together. Normally I do that. You don't really see it on an earring. You don't really see little minor imperfections. So, like every 5 coils or so, you see that there's, oops, you see that there's a little space in there. Nope, I'll go one more time. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. the end down. Make sure it feels smooth. Okay, let's make sure they match. Pretty similar. I think that one's flared. Well, no, maybe it's not. Say, yeah, it's flared a little bit more than this one. So, oh, there's my buzzer. To do a little minor adjustment. The thing's going to beep constantly until I turn it off. Okay. It's close. So close the little loops. Those will be the same. But we've got two pieces that are identical. And it's a little different than the ones we have here, but not bad way. Like I said, it's more important that they match each other than that they match this original design. There we go. All right. Step one, done. Thanks for watching. If you watch, I mean, if I go live. I mean, if I publish this.